everyone, this is the first time I'm actually doing this for YouTube, so I hope you like it. It's just a very quick, simple Kourambiethes, which is Kourambiethes, I should say, really made at Christmas time. Very easy to make. It's a shortbread cookie, and this is the Greek recipe that's been handed down, and very easy to make. So I'll tell you a little bit about the ingredients. It's just a kilo of flour, about 640 grams of butter, quarter of a kilo of blanched almond meal. That's what I use, almond meal. 2 egg yolks and 150 grams of sugar. I like them a little bit on the sweeter side, so I put a little bit more sugar in there, make it about 200 grams just to be naughty. It is Christmas. And 2 small spoonfuls of baking powder and 5 spoonfuls of brandy and some icing sugar. Some people like more, some people like less. I'll leave that up to you. Okay, so let's get started. I've actually already whitened the butter, so I'll just take the phone down and put it here. Let me just show you that I've already done that. So if you can see, the butter's actually quite white, and I've just done that in the mixer because that's actually the easiest method of doing it, because doing it by hand, no, it's not going to be fun. So I'll just pop this back up here, and hopefully you can see it from here. So I'm going to start off with the mixer because I like easy. Okay, so here we go. We're going to beat the butter till it whitens. So we've done that already. So what I'm going to do is start adding in 2 egg yolks along with the sugar. And I've got everything weighted out ready to go because it's always easier that way. I've got our egg yolks, only 2, and it's a bit like a cake. You beat your eggs and your sugar and your butter together till they're creamed. We're going to add a little bit of water, and it's just 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup of sugar. I don't know whether this is filming the right way or not, but it's just 3/4 of a cup. And I've put a little bit of rosewater essence in there. This is what we have here in Australia, in Darwin. That's what I can get. So I mix that in with a little bit, and I pour in some water along with that. We'll get a little bit separated because oil and water, we know it just doesn't work, so we'll just really slow that down, and we'll start adding in some of the flour. And I think at this stage I might even just change the blade, because this one here is good for whipping but not for mixing. That's my experience anyway. So we'll just pop these ones on. And pop that in. So I might just pop a little bit of flour in there. So it does take about 1 kilo of flour. Sometimes you might find, depending on the flour, you need more. So we'll get that going. And the flour will absorb the water much better. So from here, basically, we just pretty much put everything together. So we're putting in our brandy. And at this point, I'm going to also put in my 2 teaspoons of Gee, that smells amazing, that brandy. And I'm not really good at following exact measurements. I use what I have, and that's how I like to do it. But yeah, obviously, if you like to follow the exact amounts, that's up to you. Sometimes you'll figure out that you need a little bit more of something, and if the taste isn't to your liking, then adjust it. So just going to add in the almond meal. So the least I have to mix by hand, the better. Putting in some more flour. I use self-raising flour. At some point we'll get the dough hook on as well to make it come all together and give it a quick knead. So I've come back and I put the dough hook on, and it's kind of ready now, so the consistency is actually quite good, and basically you can tell because my fingers don't stick. It's just doughy, and you can still see the butter in it, and it's not thick. It doesn't stick to my fingers. Okay, so we're going to handle this with our hands anyway, so make sure you washed your hands, which I have, nice and clean. So we'll just scrape down the dough hook, and as you can see, it basically just comes off really easily. You know you've got a good mixture. Now, I don't use, you hear a lot of people saying, oh, the premium butter, the best flour, but flour to me is flour, butter is butter. As long as you know how to use them. Sometimes with the flour you need a little bit more, sometimes you need a little bit less. So generally, as you'll probably see, I just use the general supermarket brand. I don't use anything that's expensive, really. So that's supermarket sugar. What I do like is the branded powdered sugar. So icing sugar, we call it here in Australia. So I do prefer that one. It's always nice and soft. So and that's just a branded, supermarket branded butter as well. Nothing special, just unsalted butter. So what I'm doing, I'm just putting the greaseproof paper down. I just use baking paper. Again, it's just the store-bought brand. Nothing fancy. So I'm just folding it to fit inside the tray, because it drives me mad when it slips out. So I do it on the reverse, and then I just flip it over, and usually it's a perfect fit like that. Beautiful. So I'll have one tray ready here, and so there are two shapes that I like using, and it's a star and a little Christmas tree. And I just got this a very long time ago at a store we have here, Big W. They used to bring really nice stuff, but yeah, they've really scaled it down. I guess the economy's not that great, so there you go. But yeah, I was lucky enough to score these really nice shapes for Christmas. So very easy. Our dough is been sitting. And sometimes it's a really good idea if you let the dough rest and put it in the fridge. But I can't wait, so I'm going to start. And I suppose you could probably even do like half in the fridge while you use the other half. That would be a good idea. So basically all you have to do. You can use a rolling pin if you want, but you don't have to, because this will actually puff up. So generally you'll see finger marks when you start cutting them out, but then they puff up and they're really pretty. So just make it nice and level for us to cut out our bits, our stars and our Christmas trees. And I have to say, this is the part I really enjoy the most. It's quite relaxing. I'm really looking forward to getting to know how to do this YouTubing thing, because I really do like making stuff. So I'm going to do a tray of the same. So I'm going to cut out my Christmas trees. Just be patient, because they do take a bit. They're a bit sticky. It's a sticky dough. So when we come back, so I'll just show you quickly the Christmas tree. So what I've done is I've cut out my cookies and I've done little trees. They don't look great at the moment, they do look really nice when they're done. And what I tend to do is get a fork and rough up the tops. And the reason being is when you powder them with the sugar, with the really fine sugar, it'll actually stay on top. So you'll actually get some nice sugar on there. It won't come off unless you want it to come off. It tastes really good with the sugar, I must say. So just go along and rough them all up. It actually gives them a nice look when they come out of the oven as well. So this will be the first one that goes into the oven, so it's a little bit exciting, because you'll tend to see if your dough mixture was successful or not. And I'm not a cook or anything, I cook at home. I like cooking, so anything that's easy and fun. And I do like to keep up with some of the Greek traditions in my culture. Some are really great, actually, so I'm quite proud to keep that up. My children love it too. We've grown up in Australia, and apart from 8 years living in Greece, we've really been in Australia, and my kids have grown up here. They were little over there, but yeah, they tend to really you tend to lose the culture if you're not immersed in it, so I try to keep it going. Alright, so that's my first tray. I'm about to put it in the oven, and I'll come back with the results. I've actually got a fan-forced oven, so because I want them to be nice and white, I don't want them to be golden. I've got the oven down to 160 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but I'm pretty sure if you Google it, you'll find it. So I'm really sorry that I'm not that organized. So I'll see you back in about maybe 8 to 10 minutes. So this is all I do. I've got a little bottle and I've got rose water with water mixed in, and I shake it, and this is just an easy way. It's hot out of the oven, so it's not going to make it damp because it will dry. It's just a quicker way of getting the rose water into the biscuit after you cook it, so that rose flavor is all there. Now I'm dressing it up, so I've actually powdered them. I'm not sure if I'm holding this right, but I'm going to take this in for morning tea, and I hope they enjoy them. Yeah, and that's Kourambiethes. So basically all I did was get a bit of the powdered sugar here, put a teaspoon in there, and then just used the teaspoon basically to do that. So I hope you enjoyed it. This is my first video. No makeup, no nothing. Straightforward cooking. I hope you really enjoyed it. Next time, have a Merry Christmas.